lake. There's a Subway, there's a McDonald's, but just before that, there's a Burger King. There's a good view of a lake. Days Inn. That sounds like my kind of hotel. Probably have better beds than the Amway Grand in Grand Rapids. Oh, there's Culver's. There's a Culver's sign. Fuck. Bear crossing. Okay. Holy shit, that's a climb. Manistee River. And Wheeler Creek. Dropped it down into tow gear. It's maintaining without a problem. That got a little sketchy. And we're up. Gonna be
Well, I gotta see how cold the water is, right?
go for it.
But this is the main farm. This is the winery here. A couple quick facts about what we're doing here. We're doing about 7,000 cases of wine. Off of the 65 acres, we're getting 130 to 180 tons of fruit. We don't keep it all. We sell it to other wineries in the area or even down in Southwest Michigan. What allows us to grow grapes here? And if you look along the west coast of Michigan, it's kind of referred to as the fruit belt, and of course it's because of lake effect, right? And so the moderating effect of the water keeps us warm enough when we have these major cold air fronts coming in. And you see it's, you know, in Wisconsin it's negative 46 degrees, but here it's only 15, right? If we have those really cold events. And so that moderating effect allows us to grow this type of stuff here. And while we're outside, I just want to run down real quick what the outdoor farming aspect looks like, feels like, right? So if you look around, each one of these is a grafted vine. So a grafted vine has rootstock and then a desirable fruit scion on top of that. So the rootstock is going to make grapes that we don't want to make wine out of, or is often sterile, and but is like an American grapevine. And then the scion, we have a bunch of different varieties, which we'll get into in a minute. That's the desirable part. That's the Riesling. That's the Pinot Noir. That's the Pinot Grigio. And so the way that we grow it in Michigan, which is typical for many cool climates, right? Like if you think of New York, these are other places where they grow vinifera grapes. New York, Ontario, by the lake only, of course. And even up into like western British Columbia. Other places in the world could qualify as cool climate as well, but we want to train the vines up in this two-dimensional curtain, right? If you look down the row, we want to train it up to this fruiting wire, and every year, this is a very labor-intensive process, so every year we start in March, maybe late February, maybe early February this winter, if this is all the snow we're gonna get. And basically, if you look at these vines, we're gonna prune off the right half and the left half. We're gonna take about 90% of this off by hand. And then we're gonna take one of these, if you look here, this part that's wrapped around the wire and tied with bread ties, that was one of these tan canes last year. So every year we're going to remove that, and we're going to take one of these from the renewal zone here in the center by the trunks, and we're going to wrap that cane around. And then each one of these buds, if you look, you can kind of see where the node has swollen, and there's a bud at each one of those buds is going to push a new shoot, right? You can see all along the cane, that pushes a new shoot up. That shoot has 2 or 3 or 4 flower clusters on it, and those flower clusters bloom and of course turn into grapes. So every year we have to remove all that, tie it by hand, and then we have bud break, the shoots start growing, and then the next thing is we have to tuck them all in between these catch wires. By hand, of course, right? So it's very labor intensive. We've got me and a crew of 10 people that do all this, 40, 50 hours a week, all through the growing season. And they keep growing up through the wires, we keep tucking them, and then once they get up to here, we come through and we trim them with just like garden shears, or there's a couple other farmers that have machines that'll do that, and if we can work out the timing, then we'll try and get the mechanized version if we can. It's much faster, much faster.
Hey YouTube, coming back from the Farm Bureau conference. Had to take a slight detour to go see Buckley. Turn around. Road's not exactly great. sure I'm gonna make it two-wheel drive. Woo. Oh. Wow. That is impressive. Hey, let me turn around here. Parking lot on that side. Yeah, there's the miniature train track. I see the big train track over there. There's the depot. Weber barn. Oh crap. Let's see if I can find a good spot. Oh, that massive engine. Yeah, I was spinning coming up this hill. Wow. This is cool shit. Alright. Yeah. Alright. I get back to the main road. Right up there. Up. There we go. Yeah, we were going right. We had to take this curve right past it. We had to make a detour.